morning and welcome to Vic and Vern's Sports Chat. Welcome to the Daily Sports Update Show. My name is Vic and I hope you are having a wonderful day or wonderful evening, depending where you are on this beautiful Thursday, the 26th of February, not the 25th as it stands up there, but who the hell cares? It's the 26th. It is the 26th. Let me just have a look there. There you go. 1 second. It is. Let me make sure it is. It is the 26th, yeah. Doesn't matter. We will be talking about T20 cricket, Champions League, woohoo, NBA, NHL started back up again. The Euro League was live last night, and we'll get into a few more things around the world. Don't you worry. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. We're at 141,000, which is great. 200, nice round number there. And if you want to get hold of me, that's the email address there in the corner. But let's get straight into it. We'll start with the T20. Out there in India and Sri Lanka. And not good news for Sri Lanka because they are officially being knocked out. Let's have a look at those results. They lost to a good New Zealand team yesterday. New Zealand, in their allotted 20 overs, they had 168 for 7. And Sri Lanka could only play with 107. For 8 wickets, New Zealand won that by 61 runs. Congratulations to New Zealand, who looks like it qualified for the next round as well. What's coming up today? Well, in about 3.5 hours' time, it is the West Indies against South Africa. Two teams that have been unbeaten so far in this competition. Whoever wins this one will definitely be in the semi-finals. The loser will still have a good opportunity to make it. And then a big match for India later this afternoon against Zimbabwe. If they don't win, we'll have the both hosts out early in the, and none of them will make it to the semi-finals. Have a look at that one there. So it is West Indies, South Africa on top there. Whoever wins is through. India, Zimbabwe. That's gonna we'll see what happens there. But it's gonna be tight because India's still gonna play India got to still play West Indies and South Africa still plays Zimbabwe afterwards. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. In the other group, England are through. Looking good for New Zealand. Not looking so good for Pakistan. And Sri Lanka are definitely already out of the competition. Hey, I see some people in there this morning. Good morning to everybody. Good evening or good afternoon, depending where you are. Then we move into the Champions League of last night. Oh man, I tell you, Atalanta Bergamo. They did a number there on our Dortmund. Good that Atalanta won. It's the only Italian team that got through to the last 16. We'll get into depth on that. Look, Dortmund had a 2-0 lead over the first leg, but Atalanta bamboozled them and beat them 4-1. Dortmund, just a terrible night at the office. 2 red cards there for Dortmund as well. 3 players sent off in the 97th minute. Chaos. Poor man. Then Juventus, the big Juventus got knocked out by Galatasaray. Even though Galatasaray lost the game 3-2, they did win it 7-5 on aggregate. The winning goal came there from Ilmaz. The goal that put them through came from Ilmaz in the 119th minute. Then Paris Saint-Germain and Monaco drew 2-2. But Paris goes through. They will be through. And Real Madrid sneak past Benfica. Not the greatest game of football yesterday, but Real Madrid did win that 2-1. So, just some quick other results before we get into the depth of who's all in the Champions League. Milwaukee beat Birmingham City 3-0. Norwich beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-0. Sheffield United lost to Coventry. So, for the city of Sheffield, it was a shit night last night. Coventry way out in front there in the table, doing well there. Frank Lampard is their coach. And then Stoke City beating Oxford United. Now let's have a look quickly at what we can expect. These are the 16 teams left in the Champions League. That draw is on Friday, but it's kind of certain things are predetermined already. But look, you have 6 English teams in there. Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea, Man City and Newcastle. 1 German in Bayern. 3 Spanish, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. Then you have Atalanta as the only Italian. You have 1 Turkish team there with Galatasaray. You have 1 Portuguese team with Sporting Lisbon, one French team with Paris Saint-Germain, and then you have Bordeaux Glint. Wouldn't it be beautiful if Bordeaux Glint was just morning Isa? Wouldn't it be great if Bordeaux Glint won the bloody Champions League? I'd love it. I just love it. I'm doing my best Kevin Keegan impression. Just love it. There you go. But let's have a look at, this is the draw. Covers the whole page. Look, so certain things are predetermined. So Paris on the one side, they can either have Barcelona or Chelsea. And on the other side, Newcastle can either have Barcelona or Chelsea. Then you see the same thing with Galatasaray and Atleti, Real Madrid, Atalanta, Bordeaux Glint and Leverkusen. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. That draws on Friday. We'll keep you up to date on that. Then we move over to the NBA. I think we move over to the NBA. There you go. Some big games last night. Look, Oklahoma City Thunder losing to the Pistons 124-160. I think the five best players from Oklahoma City Thunder didn't play last night. All injured, supposedly. Spurs beat the Raptors 110-107. The Warriors took care of the Grizzlies 133-112. The Kings lost to the Rockets 128-97. Segun there with 26 points, 13 rebounds and 11 assists. It's a nice triple-double for him. Cavaliers losing to the Bucks 118-116. Porter Jr. there with 20 points, 8 rebounds and 5 steals for the Bucks. And the Celtics got hammered by the Nuggets 103-84. Jaylen Brown did have 24 points and 11 rebounds for the Celtics, but Nikola Jokic 30 points, 12 rebounds and 6 assists for your Nuggets. There you go. I'm just going to switch it quickly over there because there were NHL games last night. Just want to see because I know one of them is not finished quite yet. It is. I'm going to put that in there quickly. That the Oilers, there you go. There you go. Wonderful. So, then we move to the NHL. Don't forget, I'm not doing any tables today of the North American sport because Across the Pond is coming up later this evening. So, check that out. Then there you go. NHL back after that beautiful Olympic stint they had there. The Sabres beat the Devils 2-1. The Flyers lost to the Washington Capitals 3-1. The Maple Leafs lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-2. Vern Seattle Kraken lost to the Dallas Stars 4-1. The Colorado Avalanche took care of the Mammoth 4-2. The Jets beat the Canucks 3-2. My Golden Knights beat the Kings 6-4. And just about a few seconds ago, the Anaheim Ducks beat the Oilers in a tight one 6-5. Lots of goals going in. We'll be doing a lot of NHL later in the season because it's really, really hotting up. Then a little bit of NCAA. Few games there with the guys last night. Gonzaga took care of Portland 89-48. Alabama Crimson Tide beat Mississippi State 100-75. Texas A&M lost to the Razorbacks from Arkansas 99-84. UConn, the Huskies, baby, they took care of St. John's 72-40. That is, I think, the biggest defeat St. John's has ever had under Rick Pitino. Then the Florida Gators, not Gator McCluskey, just the Gators. They beat the Texas Longhorns 84-71. Nebraska took care of Maryland 74-61. And Vanderbilt took care of the Bulldogs of Georgia 88-80. Ladies also played last night. There were 5 games there. Michigan and Ohio State battled it out. Michigan won 88-86. TCU took care of Cincinnati. That is Texas Christian University 83-70. Northwestern lost to Maryland 79-57. West Virginia beat UCF 74-62. And the Texas Tech Lady Raiders, they lost to Kansas Jayhawks 68-59. Rankings and everything later today in Across the Pond. That'll be coming out at 1700 Central European today. So check that out. Everything North American. We'll talk about the NBA, NFL, NHL. Major League Baseball is already in the summer training. They got the summer matches have started already. Now we'll talk about the NASCAR. We'll talk a little bit about IndyCar. We'll talk about the WNBA. It's probably looking like that season's not going to take place. We'll talk about a lot of things. We'll talk, of course, about the Olympics, North America, Canada, USA, Mexico, what they did at the Olympics, US men's hockey team. That's all coming up later this afternoon. Then there was EuroLeague yesterday, basketball. Fenerbahce took care of Partizan 81-78. Then a thrilling game that went into double overtime. Vern did that game. I thought he could get to bed early. That was a double overtime. 99-94. Zalgiris Kaunas beating Olympiacos Piraeus. Then Red Star Belgrade beating Anadolu Efes 91-81. And Bologna, that's a little bit of an upset, taking care of Barcelona 85-80. Lots of games tonight. Our main featured game on the channel will be with Vern. Hapoel Tel Aviv against Milano Basket. So be sure to join him for that. Let me plug that. There it is. That is coming later this evening. I think it's around about 8:15 in the evening. So join him for that. Here's your quick EuroLeague standings. Fenerbahce well out in front there, ahead of Olympiacos, Valencia, Real Madrid, Zalgiris Kaunas, and Red Star Belgrade. They are, at the moment, the guaranteed teams. They're above that line there, the top 6. And then the play-ins would be Barcelona, Hapoel Tel Aviv, Monaco, and Panathinaikos. Then don't forget, later this evening, it is darts, baby, live with me this evening. Long night of darts out there in Belfast, in Ireland. The quarterfinal matchups is Luke Little against Johnny Clayton, Stephen Bunting against Luke Humphreys, Michael van Gerwen against Gervin Price, and John van Veen against Josh Rock. So the young guns will face off. We'll see what happens there. Let's have a look at the standings. It's going to go across the whole screen. So it is Johnny Clayton ahead of Michael van Gerwen, John van Veen, and Gervin Price. Luke Littler and Luke Humphreys, they're just under the playoff line. And Bunting and Rock have yet to score points, so maybe it's their night tonight. What did I say the fixtures was? Bunting against Humphreys. Van Veen against Rock could not be more difficult. There you go. Let's plug it. That is coming tonight. The big boys are out. Let's see who wins that Premier League of Darts evening there. It's the 4th evening there in Belfast. Belfast. That was a good song. Belfast. I like that song. There you go. Was that from Boney M? Belfast was from Boney M, I think so. There you go. Then don't forget Super Rugby. That's coming up tomorrow morning. Live with me. Early bird there in the morning. We'll see what happens there. Let's plug that. The first game it's going to be Moana Pacifica against the Western Force. And then on Saturday morning, it'll be the Drua against the Hurricanes and the Chiefs against the Crusaders. And Vern will be doing the Brumbies against the Blues. So lots of good sports coming up on the weekend. Guys, don't forget, got Premier League this weekend coming up. Crystal Palace, Man United. We've got the Super Rugby. We've got URC Rugby coming up. Darts this evening, EuroLeague basketball, so lots on the channel, and not as much as last week with the Olympics, thank Lord. There we go. So lots to get into, guys. Make sure you are joining us for all the shows. So if you want to make sure you do join us for all the shows, then the most important thing is, here we go, to hit the like, subscribe, and of course that notification button takes you to everything that is happening on the channel. Thanks for your support. We picked up another 2 subscribers during the show. Fantastic. And we'll see you tomorrow morning for the daily update show again. And otherwise, join our shows at 5 o'clock this afternoon, across the pond, and this evening, live EuroLeague basketball and live Premier League darts. Guys, have a good one. See you later. Ciao, ciao.